Pleasure, a state of gratification, sensual joy, frivolous amusement, the sensation when something feels good. There are plenty of ways to define the word pleasure. We all know what it is. But the practical application of pleasure is a lesson we glossed over on our way to developing nerve endings, sex organs, wet dreams, boners, hard nipples, and of course masturbating against the high pressure shower spray. A favorite we developed, we taught. We're taught through any means we can find old playboys for me. And then one day we are adults with a sex life in which we're not able to ask our partner to swirl our tongue the way we want them. Athena, god damn, the things I learned in high school sex ed. Laura Delorado here. Women who put on too much makeup were asking for it. Boys will be boys. Time of the month is how you respectfully talk about menstruation. Sex is just for making babies. Contracting an STI means you're dirty. Condoms aren't necessary because pregnancy is something the girls want, and STIs are impossible if you are monogamous. Being aroused just means you need to exercise. The pill makes you unattractive and messes up your hormones for life. Marital rape is possible. Blue balls are very dangerous. If you say you're having sex, you need to follow through. No, none of this is true. Another no, all this is garbage. Another side note, we all deserve a lot better than this. Also, hi, I'm Laura. I'll be guiding you through this book I've written about the abundant glory that is sexual pleasure and its positive effect on every aspect of your life. My teen self is shocked that adult me is writing this book for you. Well, actually, I'm not that surprised. I spent a lot of time researching, categorizing sex toys. Get ready for chapter 4, babes. Mainly, I'm shocked that with my collective history as a struggling plus-size person, I found a way through it all to become an expert on the subject. Honestly, I feel really proud that this book gets to both something you and pleasure body journey and something that culminates years of working on my own experience for me. This is Jeff Cochell. We got the ocean here. Does this person date activity align with my values? If you're not sure whether a certain sexual interaction or date is worth your time, ask yourself the following questions and really consider whether and how your responses reflect your core values. What do I need right now? Do I need physical affection or do I need sleep? Do I need to eat? Do I need to cry? Will this interaction take away from those basic needs? Kiwi, can you channel me? Is this person respectful of others? What do I know about this person? Do I have to spend money for dinner or drinks before even getting to know this person? Am I willing to do that? Does this require me to travel? If so, am I up for that? How do I feel when I talk to this person? If they said anything that I thought was a red flag, but dismissed because I was aroused and wanted things to work out? Communication is key. Yes, no, maybe so. Communication is a deeply important part of the partner play experience. In fact, throughout your current and future relationships, whether they are romantic, casual, or platonic, good communication is vital. It is the key to effective and long-term relationships with others as well as with yourself. Mind you, it takes a lot of effort to be aware of your wants and needs, let alone navigating those of another person. So far in this book, you've gotten really, really good at communicating with yourself about what you want and need, but how does that translate to communicating with another person who is interested in getting naked with you? How do you communicate your needs while also meeting theirs? And what happens if you disagree about something? Oh no, a dreaded disagreement. I hate to break it to you, but no matter how simpatico you and your lover are, there will always be something you don't agree on and need to work through. This is why excellent communication skills are important. While Disney movies, rom-coms, and the entirety What about jealousy? And yes, jealousy. It is a thing we all need to be aware of. Interesting enough, jealousy has very little to do with our partner's actions. Often it comes from our own insecurities about low self-esteem, especially if we have chosen to see multiple people or engage in an open relationship with clear boundaries. This is where trust and limits will be challenged, and we might feel pressure to render benefits to the other person. But you're doing this together, and together all your needs can be met. Consider these tips on staying focused and using that jealous energy for good. If there's another person in your partner's life that is well within the boundaries of the relationship, consider them an ally. This doesn't mean you need to be in contact with them if you're not up for it, but there is a reason your partner cares for them, and you hold them in your heart with the same respect your partner does. There's a lot of good that can be done from having space and interacting with different people who have different perspectives. While this is true in monogamous relationships, it is particularly applicable and helpful to internalize if you're in an open relationship. Take solace in the fact that you and your partner are learning how to be great partners in communication from each other and from other people. Double the learning. If your partner has crossed the boundaries to you by seeing another person, bring it up. You're not in the business of hiding your feelings. Have a conversation about where the partnership should go and what needs to be the result. My relationship to my body and pleasure starts around age 12 when I grew boobs, got my period, shot up to around 5'7", and developed hips and a belly that pressed against my Spice Girls t-shirts. I felt like a monster, fully overgrown and an incredible sore thumb compared to the rest of my peers. My body looked more mature than I was ready for, and the attention given to me was simultaneously painful and confusing. I was being praised for having boobs by men twice my age, something I thought at the time was my only output into the world. While being told my body was a disgusting, excessive bag of period blood, sweat, acne, blubber by magazines, TV shows, every single movie, family members, and every peer that I happened to be thin enough to shop at Fashion Bug while I browsed the accessories. I was Ursula. I was Fat Monica. I was every chubby girl who ever made an excuse to not go to the pool party. I was the sidekick and never the love interest. It didn't help that my childhood was a wishy-washy world of instability. As I went back and forth between my Italian grandparents' house in the Bronx, where they would withhold pasta from my plate because I was too chubby, and my mother's house in Virginia, where she drank more than she ate and refused to be anything other than a kid on the diet. In fact, I don't remember a moment during that time where I wasn't trying to find ways to be smaller. I remember going into a dressing room with my mother when I was 12 as she tried to squeeze me into a skirt much smaller. So let's skip this. What to expect from me. This is Sandals that we got. Totally Tabitha. Indian Summer yesterday, dude. Maddie O'Reilly, dude. Ash Hollywood and Tosh Ryan. The others. Let's see. I love every punny bit of reductionist that comes with writing thing. Bodies and sex and vulva and penises. But even with the puns, you expect me to get conscious of gender identity and pronouns throughout the book. It's important to me that anyone and everyone, people who identify as queer or straight, people who are transgender or cisgender or gender non-conforming, people of size, people who identify with plus size, people from all racial backgrounds, people with different levels of ability, people from different social and economic backgrounds. Let me get this something good. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good day. Welcome to chapter in a row where we start this bad one, get down to the nitty-gritty of pleasure, self-love, and great sex. First off, if you're expecting a book where we go over the hottest sex positions and the best way to please your partner, sorry to tell you this isn't that. Let me direct you to another book aisle. If you're still with me, and I hope you are, this book is very much intended to get at the root of your pleasure. and believe it or not, that all that comes within it. And while I love a sex position chat or a how-to on doing that little thing with your tongue to send them over the edge, my top priority for you is to love your body and live a pleasurable life, which in turn will give you confidence to try those sexual techniques and positions with more self-assurance. First, we have to connect with ourselves and learn to love our quirks. The hot sex life and self-love will follow. As much as I want to say I do these 5 things to achieve maximum pleasure, I have to be honest, it takes a lot of mental work, some unlearning and relearning, and some trust before we can really love ourselves fully, and thus experience uninhibited pleasure, and that's okay. This is Jeff Cochell. I'm testing the Microsoft apps device, dude. I'm gonna try to get the ocean, dude. Totally Tabitha, dude. Tasha Ryan, Maddie O'Reilly, and Ash Hollywood, and all those gals. The ocean, dude. Here we go, dude. Here we go.